The second position of the minor scale is the shape itself is your Locrian shape. And if we played it over this chord, which is an A minor 7 flat 5, it sounds like this. It sounds really dissonant, right? It's going to fit really well over your Locrian shape. Sounds very similar to what I did in my song Arrhythmia, which kind of bounces back and forth between Phrygian and Locrian. But everything goes back to that A minor, and then you get into that second shape right there, right? And then you just keep on going. So, next one would be your major, here, right? So that's kind of how it goes. And when we go through all 7 of these, if you go back and look at the major scale lessons as well, you'll see they kind of lock together the same way. So this is your Locrian, and it's a weird one to be like the second shape, but it's just how it all lines up, right? It's the second shape of the minor scale. And again, this is your A minor 7 flat 5 chord. It doesn't sound Bob Rossy at all. If you've been watching the lessons, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, it's going to be played your Locrian mode here. If I played it over that, it would be your Locrian mode, right? Think of some kind of weird horror rock, jazzy, diminished. Something like that, something weird like that, right? Like, when would you use this? I remember watching a Rick Beato lesson where he was talking about all the different modes. And when he got to Locrian, that's exactly what he said. He said, you rarely hear it. And that's why I did Arrhythmia, because I was thinking to myself, let me throw something out there that's in Phrygian and Locrian, because I think that would be really cool. But anyway, the actual scale shape itself is the second position of the natural minor scale. There's your anchor shapes. So Aeolian to Locrian is a lot like we talked about in the major lessons, Mixolydian and Lydian. Lydian to Mixolydian has that same puzzle piece where it locks in. It does the same exact thing in this one. It does the same exact thing really between all the scale shapes, which is really kind of cool. So let's go ahead and just take a look at that real quick. We're going to play on the 6th string and the 5th string at 5, 6, 8, 5, 6, 8. Then 5, 7, 8 on the 4th and the 3rd strings. Then 6, 8 when we get to the 2nd string, and then 5, 6, 8 when we get to the 1st string. So that's your Locrian scale. And of course, over that weird sounding chord there, it fits nicely. So there you go. And then of course we can always resolve that back to your minor scale as well. Your G minor scale. If I've ever said A minor in any of these micro lessons, I mean G minor, because we're doing everything off of G minor in these. So to resolve back to that G minor quite nicely. So again, these are the 7 positions of the G minor scale. And that was the second position, which if you use that weird chord it's played, you're basically playing Locrian. But if you resolve it back to G minor, then it's just the second position. So check out my free course at justpickuptheguitarandgo.com. Let me know in the comments what you think. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And I think that's about all I got to say on this one. So I'll see you in the next one.